Imagine a man vanishing into thin air, leaving no trace behind. In 1971, a plane took off from Portland, Oregon. A few minutes after takeoff, a passenger in the last row called the flight attendant and handed her a letter. This letter created chaos within the American government. Who was that passenger, and why has the FBI been unable to find any trace of him to this day? On November 24, 1971, a passenger by the name of D.B. Cooper booked a flight from Portland to Seattle. At that time, neither the luggage of domestic flights nor the identities of passengers were routinely checked. The aircraft in question was a Boeing 727 belonging to Northwest Orient Airlines, scheduled to reach Seattle in just 45 minutes. D.B. Cooper, known to the airline staff as Dan Cooper, boarded the plane carrying a briefcase. He took his seat at the rear of the aircraft. Cooper ordered a drink and lit a cigarette, as smoking was permitted on flights at the time. The plane took off at 2:58 p.m. Moments after takeoff, Cooper handed an envelope to the flight attendant seated beside him. Her name was Florence Schaffner. What she found inside sent shockwaves through her being. "Miss, I have a bomb here, and I would like you to sit by me." Cooper then proceeded to open his briefcase, revealing 8 sticks of dynamite and a detonator. In short, the plane was hijacked, and D.B. Cooper made 3 demands: $200,000 in cash by 5 p.m., 2 parachutes, and a refueling truck ready at Seattle Airport. He indirectly warned flight attendant Florence Schaffner that any attempt to double-cross him would result in detonating the bomb. Schaffner relayed Cooper's demands to the cockpit, and another flight attendant, Tina Mucklow, joined Cooper, equipped with an intercom to communicate with the pilots. This marked the first purely ransom-driven hijacking in American history, prompting authorities to comply with Cooper's demands, confident they could track him. The plane circled Seattle International Airport for 90 minutes, and the passengers were told that the plane was experiencing difficulties landing due to a technical issue, while $200,000 in cash was gathered from Seattle International Bank. Its serial numbers were recorded, and 2 parachutes sourced from a nearby skydiving club. Finally, at 5:45 p.m., the plane landed, and Cooper received his ransom and parachutes. He allowed the passengers and 2 crew members to leave, but retained the pilots and 2 crew members. After instructing the pilot through Tina Mucklow to maintain specific flight parameters, D.B. Cooper directed the plane towards Mexico City, demanding an altitude of 10,000 feet and a speed of 320 kilometers per h, with the landing gear and flaps deployed. However, due to the limited fuel capacity of the plane, the pilot proposed refueling stops in Reno or Phoenix. Cooper agreed to Reno. As authorities scrambled to respond, 2 fighter jets attempted to intercept the hijacked flight, but struggled to match its slow speed, instead circling around it. Meanwhile, en route to Reno, Cooper instructed Tina to join the pilots in the cockpit. As she turned closing the door, she caught a final glimpse of Cooper, now wearing a parachute bag, before he opened the plane's door and leaped into the darkness below. Upon landing in Reno 3 hours later, authorities conducted a thorough search of the plane, but found only remnants left behind by Cooper, his tie, cigarette butts, and a parachute. Despite extensive efforts, including searches of the dense forest and mountains below where Cooper purportedly jumped, no trace of him, his briefcase, or the $200,000 was discovered. Faced with a mystery that seemed to defy resolution, the FBI turned to the public for assistance. Cooper's sketch and the serial numbers of the ransom money were widely circulated, accompanied by offers of a reward. Yet, remarkably, not a single dollar with the specified serial numbers ever surfaced, leaving the fate of D.B. Cooper shrouded in enduring mystery. After 9 years, a significant development emerged in the D.B. Cooper hijacking case. In southern Washington, near the edge of the Columbia River, lies Tina Bar Beach. A child playing there stumbled upon 3 stacks of cash, all 20s, totaling $5,800. The child's parents promptly turned the money over to the FBI, and to their surprise, the serial numbers matched those of the ransom given to Cooper 9 years prior. This discovery, however, didn't bring clarity, but rather added to the confusion. The money was found 27 kilometers away from the suspected drop location at Lewis River. Initially, authorities speculated that Cooper might have mistakenly dropped the money into the Lewis River, assuming it would eventually flow into the Columbia River. However, this theory was swiftly debunked as the Columbia River flows in the opposite direction. However, the plot thickened when it was revealed that Tina Bar Beach, where the cache was found, had undergone renovations in 1974, with additional sand added 3 years after the hijacking. This led to the theory that Cooper might have buried some of the cache in the beach sand deliberately to confound the FBI. Further complicating matters, the FBI interrogated individuals resembling D.B. Cooper, but gleaned no substantial leads. Some theories emerged suggesting Cooper's background as a trained military commando, given the complexity of the military parachute he used compared to the one left on the plane. The FBI's evidence in hand remains limited to Cooper's sketch, his self-written name on the ticket, and a tie with the clip positioned on the left side, indicating that he was left-handed. For over 5 decades, the D.B. Cooper case has captivated investigators with its enduring mystery. Despite continuous efforts, the case remains unresolved. Detailed information about the investigation is available on the FBI website, linked in the description of this video. We encourage you to share your thoughts on this intriguing case in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated as we explore more real-life mysteries together.